Now we're down in my mostly shady garden. It gets morning sun here. That is a house plant I use called the bloodleaf plant, and I use it mostly in the shade. It adds that color, bright pink color, through its foliage, and something's eating it though. I think it's slugs or earwigs. So down here I do have phlox blooming, and my lady's mantle, I will show you it even though it looks yucky, I cut down to the ground right now, and in about a week it will be filled in with new foliage and look better. It was getting leggy and dry, so I cut it down and let it fill in with new foliage. The blue lobelia, which is a native here, is starting to bloom right now. This is it right here. It gets tall and spiky. Some I prune back and pinch back like you would a mum, so it blooms shorter and a little later. And some I let bloom now. It does reseed a lot, but I use it as a filler and kind of a thread through the whole garden. It helps just keep a flow going in the garden. It'll bloom in sun or shade, and dry or wet. It prefers wet. There's my zebra grass. I wish you could be here and walk with me. That's the castor bean. The stem is pretty too. More lobelia. And another Dixieland. Joe Pye from the back. My garden, you can walk all around it. So guess what? I have to keep it weeded even in the back, because people walk back here and I don't like being embarrassed. Go across. This is my grass path down to the shade garden, and here is under a spruce, and I know I can't remember the name of that grass, but it's a Japanese gold something, and I'm sure one of you know it as soon as I said Japanese grass and gold. But it gets pretty big, probably about 2.5 feet, and it'll be a perfect focal point when you walk down this grass path with a stilby around here, the red stilby. I think it's called fennel. There is Solomon seal variegated in there. Here is a meadow rue. And then corydalus as a ground cover. Corydalis, some people call it. The yellow, the soft yellow flower with a blue-green foliage. Gold standard. And golden scepter. And then, I don't know, variegated pass along plant. And then blue angels. Then I have lily of the valley, which I do chop out every spring and fall. I'll take some out too. And then astilbes. Well, let's go across the path here. Here I have a hydrangea, climbing hydrangea up this tree. Then you go across the path and it's my ferns. And a big old oak tree. And behind the ferns I've started to put seed of Joe Pye. So I want this whole area to be Joe Pye. And again, it's only its second year. And then ligularia in front of that, which the slugs are just having a heyday with. And right now it's weeping because of the sun. And a lot of wetland and jewelweed. That's my blue heron. It's supposed to be. My uncle made that. And then the foam flower. Stays nice clumping plant. The foliage looks good all the time. And then Japanese painted ferns and lungwort, Mrs. Moon. Slugs like that too. I've been using that ammonia and water on to kill slugs. 1 part ammonia, 4 parts water. And it works, but you have to hit the slug. So I just wand the whole plant. I get the wand down inside the hosta. And I'm doing it weekly now. This is Great Expectations. And let's see, some Japanese maple. I don't know what the name of it is. It's a finer lace one. And then some in substance. And my wild area. Very fragrant back here. This is where, I'm sure you've seen in some of my other videos, my bowling ball path. And you go across my path here, my more wild area. This will be turtle head. There was wild blue flag iris in here. And then this is where I have my bottle tree. Except it's my bottle flower. The blue are the petals of the flower. The orange is the stamen. And then the green bottles are the leaves. Down here, a plant that can go crazy, but it can down here, there's some critter, I hear it, is this branched coneflower. Branched coneflower. And it's about the size of a 50-cent piece each flower. And this will be solid gold back here. This is a perfect let it go crazy area. See, would you guys like to see my worm farm? Then my arch. It has another trumpet vine on it. An Annabelle, hydrangea. This is my worm farm. 2 Rubbermaid totes. Bottom is cut out of the top tote, and the top is cut out of the bottom tote. And I just took the top off. And here are, can you see all those worms in there? Yeah, but it's good stuff. Good castings and worm juice. And then the bottom, let's see if I can get this off with one hand. This is where it drops into all the castings and the juice. So you saw the rest of my garden, and it's hard for me to walk and take pictures with this, but I hope it's good enough to have you come and join me in a walk. A lot of you, I wish we could do it in person. But at least we have the computer, right? My twig fences that I make from box elder and buckthorn. And I see a little goldenrod that's starting to go